Hi everybody, my name is Isis and I am the CEO and founder of Empower Mode. Here at Empower Mode is where I want you to become the best version of yourself on your self-discovery journey. And I sincerely mean that, so I have so many different videos and resources here for you to check out at any time that you want to. So my channel is based off of healing and it takes you through the journey to do so. So today, let's talk about how you need to stop letting fear make your decisions. So I got a lot to talk about with this today because I have always believed in fear and I've always given in to fear. I have been fearful of a lot of things throughout my whole life. And I think this is a safe space for me to just talk about my experiences with it and how I am just now overcoming a lot of my fears, especially because I am going through my own healing journey. So I think it's important for me to be transparent and authentic to myself on this channel because I feel like this is the best and safest place for me to do so. So I'll say I personally feel like fear is not real. I think it is a construct that we make up in our heads and we start overthinking and then it becomes real to us individually. And I'm only saying this because this is what I have done my whole life and really it has led me nowhere. I realize whenever I make decisions out of fear, I ultimately make the worst decisions that I can make when I don't have that confidence in myself. So I am learning like I have to listen to my heart. My heart, I feel like works together with my intuition and I feel things a lot. I'm mostly an empath, so I feel a lot of people's emotions. I understand my own emotions as well to help me make those kind of decisions for myself. I think that you really have to take a step back and realize that it's you are the problem, and you're making up all these things in your mind that is not necessarily true. So I would say you most definitely need to believe in yourself and just have that faith that everything is going to work out. I'll say, if I'm being honest with y'all, like I started this business back in 2024. So I've officially been running Empower Mode now for a little over 2 years, but it literally took me that long to officially start and speak in front of you all. And I know that's a long time, but I have gone through 3 massive awakenings since, I would say, 2022. But since I've ran the business, I've been through 2 spiritual awakenings. And I don't want to get into that in this video, but basically it's where I felt called by God to create this business and be open with you guys through my experiences. Now, I'm telling y'all all this because my biggest fear was talking and speaking in front of y'all. Point blank period. Sometimes I hesitate because I'm a very private person and I don't want to obviously tell all my business out there, but I feel like the parts of my story that I've been through is very important out there for you guys to hear what I'm saying, because then I feel like you guys can resonate and then you can apply it to your own situation. With this brand, this business, I originally had started it as just a stationery brand. I was like, that's what I'm going to do. I had been called, like I said, by Spirit to do this business. I was getting dreams, visions, etc. And then I would say, like, once I actually launched the business, I got extremely sick. After I started going through my healing process, I actually started making videos here on YouTube back in 2025. But they weren't true. I wasn't being true to myself, and they were mainly based around how to create a business, how to start a business, etc. And I just didn't feel like that was right for me. And I felt like I had a higher calling and a higher purpose outside of even doing that. This year, actually, here in 2026 is when I had my last, I would say it's not going to ever be my last awakening, but this is my most recent awakening where I've been taking so much time to myself, going to get help, doing some healing, doing some meditation, working out, etc. And it's making me realize like I need to be true and authentic to y'all. So, yeah, I just, there's so many times where I thought I was going to fail. I never thought I would be here today speaking to y'all about any of these things, a part that has been part of my own self-discovery journey. Like, it was even hard telling y'all about like my childhood trauma. It was hard telling y'all about my clot story, me being someone with, low self-esteem. I've dealt with that in the past. I'm actually coming out of that now, by the way, if y'all were wondering. I made those videos about that like a couple months back, and I feel like now I'm at a point where, I don't want to go back because I don't want fear to start creeping up, because that's what's happened to me before. Like, I've let those thoughts come into my mind. I'm like, you're not good enough. You'll never succeed. I really am learning to tune that out. I just feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself as a person. So when those thoughts come up, I literally just have to take a break and just breathe and realize like I am here for a higher calling, and I can't, Rome was not built in one day. I have to take my time. I have to give myself grace, because I've been through a lot in my life, and I don't think I've really realized that until I started talking to you guys and making these videos. I have so many more topics to share with y'all. I'm just not getting started, so I'm really excited to let y'all see my journey, but I'm also excited to speak about these things because, like I said, I've had so much fear to hold me back, and I realize fear is really not real. It's an illusion. And if you put yourself in that mindset, that's what you're going to think. You're going to be afraid of everything. What do you think is possible for your reality? You don't want to be like 60, 70 years old and be like, why didn't I do that in my 20s or 30s? I let fear hold me back, and I don't want to do it anymore, and it's too late, and I'm going to, die soon, and I don't have that much time left, etc. You don't want to be like that. I've seen so many people like that in my life. I even have family members that are like that. They will talk to me and share with me like, hey, I regret doing these things early on in my life, and I regret not following along my path like I was supposed to. And so that's what I'm telling you guys, and that's why I'm sharing like my story about it took me seriously some guts to start this. And when I share experiences with other people, I'm realizing that I'm living my true path because it's what God intended me to do. And I don't want to let God down. Like, I made a promise. Like, I'm going to do this. I told him I was going to do this. And if he's been giving me the vision to do it, why wouldn't I do it? So, yeah, I just want to talk to y'all about fear today. And I just felt really called to speak about this because I know some of y'all out there are probably living your life scared and on the edge where you're just afraid to actually live your life. You only get one chance in this body, and I feel like that is a very powerful statement. And just think about that. You're just not going to get this time back and this moment back in your life, so just live your life freely. And I'm saying this too as someone who's had 2 near-death experiences. Like I told y'all, the blood clot one was the first one. I did have another near-death experience where I went through a mold experience. I'm going to share that later just to bring awareness around that, because some people don't believe mold illness is real. It is 1000% real. I don't care who is talking to you about that and saying it's not. It is. And it's very spiritual. So I'll definitely talk about that. But yeah, I am feeling very called to speak on this right now. And you're going to be okay. Just know that fear is an illusion. It's not real. You can get past anything in your life. Speak it into existence. I have something on my whiteboard that says everything always works out for me in my room. And I want you to speak that into your life every single day, even if it's multiple times a day. I say it to myself every morning I wake up. It's the first thing that I see, and it's the last thing I see before I go to bed every night after my prayers. So I hope this resonated with y'all today. Don't forget to check out empowermill.com. I have so many resources to help you get over your fears. I have some journals to help you just talk about your experiences, what you're feeling with your emotions. I also have planners to help you plan your life and write the chapters of your own story. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And as always, don't forget to empower yourself and inspire others. Bye.